Oh, all snakes are carnivorous.
Yeah.
Oh.
What?
I was hoping that there was gonna be a vegetarian snake somewhere.
No.
What about corn snakes? I heard they don't bite people.
They don't. Not all snakes bite people. It's just snakes aren't meant to eat people. It's just
No, that's not
fear response.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, I thought that corn snakes just chill and eat grass, but I guess I didn't know much.
They probably eat like bugs and stuff like that.
Probably.
Whatever they can fit in their mouths.
Would you ever want a snake?
I wouldn't mind a snake.
Oh no. I like my birds because they're dinosaurs. They are. They're the closest species to dinosaurs. Yo, what's going on, guys? Matthew Haynes here, aka the Clockmaster. I am here with my wife,
Shannon, aka Cosmic Thanks.
and we are here for
Cassie and Andor.
Cassie and Andor.
Andor, episode 2.
Episode 2. Really like where the show is heading so far.
Yeah, it's got a cool vibe so far.
It's got the vibes I like, man. It's got the vibes I like. So, can't wait to see more of it. If you guys are new and you still haven't seen our reaction to the previous episode, make sure to go ahead and check that out. And the full reactions are on
Patreon.
our joint Patreon.
Yeah, the Cosmic Clock.
The Cosmic Clock. You guys can see tons of full reactions to Andor. To Andor, She-Hulk, The Rings of Power, House of the Dragon, especially House of the Dragon.
Especially.
And tons of movie reactions. Okay. Yeah, let's get right into it, guys. We'll talk about it later as you normally do. Let's get into it now.
Whatever it is, I want to know when it left and where it went. Let's go!
That guy is just a manager at every job. It's like that Astro Boy meme. You gotta get up now and do the job. Cause you know one that showed you? Well, you gotta stop crying because you got a lot of work and it starts right now. She give me Naru vibes.
Yeah.
She also looks like a younger version of Alicent.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Ooh.
Shot.
Right. A shot from the trailer that I liked a lot. Gotta warm up. I still love this shot. Nice. I still was part of the music. I love it.
No, it's just his grunting.
Right.
Poor guy.
It was a passionate grunt. He takes that job very seriously. And I love that. I'd have mad fun with that. If my job is to just hit a Beskar looking thing, then that's what I'm gonna do.
6 hours. Would you have to do it at midnight too?
Nah, man, you're waking people up. I think it's usually at like either 6 in the morning or like usually midday. I know church bells normally go off around midday to signify that it's around 12ish.
Yeah.
I thought we said 1 night a week.
So, start the week tonight.
Why don't we do something fun tomorrow night?
That was our plan.
What we talking about? What's one night a week? What I miss?
I think you know.
Hey, bro. I thought we said one night a week. What kind of arrangement we got going on here?
Of course, man gonna be a bandit.
Uh-huh. He doesn't like Andor. So,
Hey,
and his mom.
I was helping Pegland. Tripped on a cable.
This guy's a living liar.
Right.
Read it to him, P.
Read what?
I can't speak now.
Read it.
Your wanted thing.
Mm-hmm.
More authority.
Who else knows
About what?
that you were born in Canary? Every doc I've ever submitted has always said you were born on Fest. Have you ever said anything other than Fest?
Officially, no, I don't think so. I don't know. It's not something I've been keeping track of.
When everyone
Well, don't tell people where you're from.
Now, who told these primo bastards about Canary?
That would be me.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't been here in a while.
He shouldn't have said I'm looking for my sister.
You saw
Yeah.
Two guys jumped me. It went too far.
How far is too far?
Oh well.
Listen, forget what I said
I mean, that's the truth.
Yeah.
Bastian Andor. That says he's from Fest.
This was a tip call, right? Probably someone messing with us.
I don't see Canary here.
Hold on. I have an image.
Ah, great.
Oh, lovely.
Ah, great. He messed all the way up, man.
Yep.
Is it too late?
Too late for what?
Do you want something to drink or?
Star Wars.
Yeah, real adult.
Right. This is the closest we're getting. Star Wars. Like, it's literally just a kiss, but like, because you don't see it like this at all too much.
Yeah. It's more implied, but
Of course, of course.
yeah,
it's
she's
the-
going straight to the bed.
The implication is what matters here.
Yeah. This one's a little harder to deny that something went down.
No, it's just the implication is the suggestive themes is what's
Yeah.
getting me here. I'm for it, bro. It's making it more realistic.
Let's move on this quickly. We have a dangerous mobile suspect in a very serious crime.
Couldn't agree more, sir. Tempo is crucial. Will you be suiting up with us, sir?
I think I should, don't you?
Absolutely, sir. Nothing like seeing an officer on the line.
I'm waiting for the big boss to get back and he gets fired.
Stop the pleasantries.
Best way to keep the blade sharp is to use it.
Best way to keep the best way to keep a blade sharp is actually not to use it.
Right.
It's sharpening and maintenance and applying oil every few years. That's the best way to keep a blade sharp. Using it more will actually just make it more dull.
Yeah.
I mean, it can get rust over time, but it's called maintenance. What's that Imperial CPU looking thing?
Isn't that the thing he's selling?
Yes, think so.
Forgot what exactly it was, but
Something illegal.
yeah. Highly. But you know, expensive.
But if you really wanted to get off the planet, bro, I would. Real talk, you're already in that deep. Might as well just steal one of the ships and leave. You're already that deep into it.
Yeah.
And the guy who has them probably didn't acquire them a legal way anyway, so he's not gonna call the cops
Right.
to come look for you. I'd like to know what they're saying.
I know.
Just a speaking Canary.
The shuttle will be 2.3.
Ah, it's Cassian Andor. Daddy Skarsgård.
I was say he sounds familiar.
Yeah, I just call him. I just call him Daddy Skarsgård. The Viking King. The man who gave birth to two guys that played Vikings. And a clown.
There's so many Skarsgårds.
Right.
There's so many.
Hey,
I
one's
can't keep up.
one's a clown, two of them are Vikings, and the other one, what did he do? He was in some other stuff too, a lot of stuff. Daddy Skarsgård.
Oh, here he comes. Gotta psych himself up.
Right.
Yo.
Right. My man's a fiend, bro. Like,
She just stare at her like a creep?
what are you, Edward?
Right.
Bro, Star Wars is going crazy. Yeah, this is just as bad as a nun lifting up her thing, her ankles. Back in the day. If a nun ever did that back in the day,
Yeah.
all hell break loose, literally. So there was a nun that did that in a Catholic church that I was visiting when I was younger. Bro, the tension all week. I kid you not, dude.
You could just come in to tell me.
Aw.
You should stay.
Oh.
Bring them myself, I will. You need to get back. She's gonna wonder where you are.
Aw.
B is so cute.
Right. Emo. BMO.
Nemo.
B2 emo. B2. So he stole his mom's credits. Is that what happened?
And I'll be so upset with you.
Oh.
So your mom with Thor.
I don't know if like he stole credits or if he was storing credits for her when he left.
Imperial?
Maybe.
Bro, just like that? Damn.
Literally no hesitation for like what?
Right, you don't even know who you're shooting. Those darts better have poison or else there's no point in this. Damn.
Jeez.
And just like that, she got shot for what? Damn.
That's crazy. Like, what was the actual reason, though? You just see someone start shooting? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Oh, episode's almost done.
Already?
Yep.
Immediacy and discretion. That's an expensive combo.
Yeah.
True.
You should plan more carefully.
Okay, if it's 7, you better be ready in an hour. Keep the engine running.
I mean, that's fair.
Right.
I gotta cover for you and, you know, not know what I'm transporting?
Exactly.
You may remind them that there's a territorial forum once a month where they are free to make official complaints.
Bruh. Even they know that's a joke.
All your
Right.
There comes a time when the risk of doing nothing becomes the greatest risk of all. Can't imagine a team I'd rather share it with than all of you.
His energy's not matching the last guy's.
No room for doubt on the path to you.
Yeah, what to say? He sounds wavery.
Yeah, he's not used to leading.
Yeah.
well said, son.
Was it?
Yeah, yes, man. Yeah, yes, man. Bro. You don't have to bail him out.
I'm old enough. I first came here. You could drive in across the wasteland. They had a ground carry. Drive right through.
Back in my day.
Literally.
I'm in propulsion. We do add-ons and boosters.
It's like, okay, sorry.
It's like when you're just like chilling, you don't want people to talk to you.
Right. Love the acoustic drum set in the back.
They got some vibes.
All right, so this is the last episode. I feel like we need to see the third one to see how it's going. But I will say, though, I don't even know what the rating is on the show. I don't know what the rating is, and I don't know if I'll get that information here. Yeah, TV 14.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason it's like
suggestiveness.
Yeah, suggestive thing. So it's like it's not like the show is like extremely like, you know, lewdy or gory or anything like that. It's not like it's like that.
It has some more mature themes.
Yeah. For Star Wars.
For Star Wars, yeah.
Like
something that the little ones might not necessarily understand.
Yeah, that. I mean, the last episode we literally had a hooker trying to help, you know, Cassian find his type.
Yeah.
That alone was a whole. I mean, it's not like if, you know, because we had things like, you know, Bikini Leia, or like, you know, like Jabba's like freaking dancers and stuff like that, and like we've had kiss scenes and things like that in Star Wars, but it's never been anything more adult in terms of like things that normal people of consenting age do.
Right.
Like whether it's, I mean, yes, there's drinking too, and like the selling of death sticks and all that.
Right.
Like that stuff, yeah, we've had things like that. But like a little thing like, you know, a guy and a girl goes into the room, takes off her top, even though it's not super revealing underneath, even though it's not one of those kind of Game of Thrones things, just her taking off her top and going into the room is suggestive enough. We know where that's going. We know what's about to happen.
That's not something they've really shown before.
We've never really seen
it's like,
that.
Obviously, like, people got pregnant and stuff, but they're not showing that. They're just like, oh, I'm pregnant.
Right. And there's of course, like, again, like a lot of kiss scenes and stuff that happens, but like
a lot of that stuff is very innocent.
Yeah. Innocent enough to have your child watch.
Right.
But like this, you know, the themes alone are more mature than, you know, like TV PG or PG-13. Like it takes to another level. So I do appreciate that. It adds more realism to it. Not saying that it has to have sexual themes for it to be realistic. That's not what I'm saying. It's just that it for this show and the context of what's going on, little things like that, because you don't have to have a whole big sex scene,
right?
Like, just, again, I'm an adult, you're an adult, I got needs. What, once a week? I bet. I meet you in the room,
yeah, and
then just show the next scene with her waking up in the middle of the bed. Like, that alone is enough to kind of suggest that, hey, like, we're taking things in that direction. We're showing a little bit of skin. It's really weird. I made a joke about the nun thing in between there, but it's true though, because it's like in our reality, like, a nun showing their ankles isn't the worst thing in the world to a lot of people, but within the Catholic religion, that's, especially serious Catholics, that's like a no-no.
Yeah,
like,
it's like the end of the world.
Yeah, it's the end of the world. Like, you don't do that.
Yeah.
So I was comparing that to Star Wars. It's like, because we never see stuff besides like Leia and like her thing. Besides that, we don't really see too much of stuff like that. So I was equating something that
I understand.
You know what I mean? Because like, if you see that in Game of Thrones,
that's just like
that's a normal conversation.
Yeah, that's not even like, that's light.
That's light work. That's fleeting. It's like a tick. Like, it's like a fly, fruit fly in a room.
Yeah,
right?
no, that's like, oh, you're not going further? Okay.
Yeah. Right? That's just normal Sunday conversation. And then, meanwhile, for the world of Star Wars, that's the equivalent of showing ankle. Like, so that's what I meant. I'm not trying to offend nobody or anything like that. I'm really not. Just a joke. But anyways, putting that aside though, the overall tone and theme of the series is about it.
Yeah. Definitely.
It's really entertaining. And the realism again is just on point. I appreciate all of the feelings there, like, and they're showing like struggle. And there's little things like just, it doesn't, like, we've got mentions of Imperials so far. We've seen the mentions of the Imperials. We know it'll get to that because obviously we'll bring the Senate back in. We're gonna bring Mon Mothma back in, and then when he fully gets, joins the rebellion, that's where, or the beginnings of the rebellion. That's when we're gonna start to see more of the typical Star Wars stuff. But it does have that like doom and gloom. I'm struggling, trying to make my way. I'm running from my past. I don't know where I'm going. I'm
like,
living reckless. I just need to leave. I'm trying to find my sister.
Yeah.
Like, the vibe is set. And I didn't know, like I said, in the beginning, I didn't know how I was going to feel about it prior to all, kind of like a show, but Cassie and Andor, like,
yeah,
don't want to see that. Like,
I remember when it first got announced, you're like, why?
Yeah, I was like, why? I'm like, why do I care about this? Like, we already know what happens to him in Rogue One.
Right.
But I feel like this adds, but it's going to add so much, because like when the season's done, and like when both seasons are done, you go back and watch Rogue One, you're going to have a much more deeper perspective. Yeah, for the character. Like, you'll appreciate where they came from. You'll understand them more, because I always looked at Cassian in Rogue One and been like, this guy has a past. He has a troubled past. He has some demons still haunting him. He's trying to do the right thing, but he doesn't come from good stock. Like, what's, something's going on with him.
Yeah, what happened that led him to that point?
Right.
Like, why is he the way he is?
And I did have those questions. I didn't necessarily care too much to find out.
Yeah.
But there were questions that I did have at the time watching Rogue One. And now, we're getting to see that, which is really interesting, because people loved his character in Rogue One. I thought he was all right the first time I saw him. Yeah, it's Cassian, he's cool, I guess. Yeah, whatever. But, now I'm having a greater appreciation for his character and a greater appreciation for Rogue One. I love Rogue One. It's my favorite Star Wars movie right after Revenge of the Sith. It's my favorite Star Wars film. But yeah, I mean, we're just got to continue to see where it goes. I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far.
Me too.
Love the vibe, and it's different. So it feels fresh.
Yeah, it's
for Star Wars.
Completely different than the other shows we've seen so far. So.
Yeah.
Especially the ones that have returning characters.
Right, and like, I feel like Boba was supposed to kind of represent the ground level thing, because he was kind of dealing with, like, what's going on in Tatooine with all these
like,
gang lords.
Trying to, like, build himself back up.
Right. And again, like, dealing with the gang lords and trying to, like, be a crime lord and stuff. But it missed the mark a few times.
Yeah, I just think it was, like, an issue with the directing. Because we're not gonna go into all that again.
Yeah.
I feel like it was definitely an issue with the directing that threw it off a bit more.
Yeah.
But just as this, like, I feel like it's going in a really good direction, and it's very refreshing.
It is.
Because it's like you kind of were comparing it like ground level, kind of struggling.
It's like the Falcon and Winter Soldier, Star Wars.
Yeah. It's definitely like touching on some like stuff we haven't really touched. So it's definitely interesting
And
to
like
see.
some realistic stuff too. So I didn't mean to cut you there.
No, you're good.
I mean, I think the only thing I think about in Clone Wars is the closest that we came to seeing that how normal people live their lives was when we met the sisters.
Yeah, under Coruscant.
Yeah, under Coruscant.
Yeah.
Like how they were living, just trying to get by. Like, I'm trying to fix my ship. I'm trying to figure it out. Like, I gotta sell what I gotta sell to make my money.
Right.
Like, and we got to see it through Ahsoka's lens. Yeah. You know, what's really happening here. So that's one of the distinct things I can think about when I'm thinking about like ground level storytelling and like seeing what like the underground layer of Coruscant looks like, all the little bars and like little beach area they went to have dinner. You remember that? Like they kind of went out to have dinner at this kind of like it had like Christmas light things on it. So I like to see that. I really do like to see that because again, it's adding more detail.
It's the complete sidebar, but take the vibe of Andor and combine it with those episodes, and you basically have Blade Runner.
Basically,
you just have to add the neon lights and all that into this.
Basically, have Blade Runner like this. This gives me extreme Blade Runner vibes, cyberpunk vibes. Like if you played cyberpunk, if you played the cyberpunk game, you would really get the vibes from it. Like it's giving those vibes. So again, it's going to get more elaborate later. We know that from the trailers, but at least so far in the beginning, we're again just little things like seeing how he interacts with people, seeing what people's everyday life is, like their day to day,
it's a good
their
introduction
schedule
so far.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm waiting to see how the third episode goes. So we'll see how it's gonna conclude for the opening and see like what's to come.
And I mean, like, we got some minor ground level things with like Rey in the beginning, how she was like scavenging and like struggling to get food.
Yeah.
But like, she's a chosen one, like, for the show, for the series, for that trilogy. Like, she's, Palpatine's granddaughter. So it's like, I can't say that without laughing sometimes. But like, it's Palpatine's granddaughter. So she already has a destiny, right?
Right.
But like Cassian, he doesn't have, so at least so far, he doesn't have some grand destiny that's connected to something.
He's just trying to live.
He's trying to live, like, and again, just I'm more so caring about all the other supporting characters too that we're seeing through this. Like Bix, I'm really liking her character.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the actress. I mean, the first thing I've actually seen her in was Father of the Bride when we watched it, and I liked her acting. But I was interested to see, like, I'm interested to see what they do with her character, because she's a really interesting character. Her and Cassian have some history too, but she's like using this guy to kind of get what she wants. He's tired of it. He knows he's being used. And it just goes to show that people are just trying to survive here.
Right.
Everybody here is just living day to day.
Right. No one's necessarily happy living there, but like
no one hates it. They're just getting by.
Right.
And I've always wanted to see the perspective of people living within the Empire, like what it would be like. And we've seen tastes of it with like Ezra at the beginning, what it was like on Lothal, almost at Ryloth, but like Lothal. Yeah, like we saw what it was like for him on Lothal, but Lothal had a heavy Imperial presence.
Yeah, there's not really any at all here.
Yeah, so far at least.
Yeah.
So I mean, we saw a little bit of that with Cal when he was working at the junkyard in the beginning until the Imperials showed up. So we've gotten tastes of it, and then in the books we've also gotten tastes of it as well. But it's nice to just see them deliberately focusing on a simple thing. Again, going back to the bedroom with her interaction with him. Oh, it's late. I'm tired. Oh, you still up? Yeah, and like just looking at like how it's designed, like his home, how it's designed, you know, like the environment, what they were eating, things like that.
It's not anything extravagant.
No, but
It's
you know,
just a very simple, like
simple home.
Yeah.
And it's like things that real people go through every day. Like he obviously likes her a lot, and he's being used, and he's drinking, and he's tired of it. Yeah. She wants something that she needs to get things from him because he has access to whatever, to the junkyard for her to do her work, and she's paying her way essentially by fulfilling his needs, even though she doesn't want anything to do with him. Really, she doesn't really love that guy. And also there's the second part to that too, is we can see her character. She doesn't like being alone either. She it's kind of like a dual thing. Like she'd rather be with somebody than with nobody, but she doesn't really like this guy, but it's something that she can get favors from him. Obviously we've been seeing that. So it's really again just interesting to see people being normal within the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's good to see. I mean, I would love to see a show similar like this for Poe. So we heard about his past. That would be really cool to see. Spice Runner and all that. I'd love to see that, but I don't think Oscar Isaac is down to do Poe again. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's still with Disney's Moon Knight, so it's not like he has anything against him.
Yeah, but I don't know.
You know, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But we'll watch the third episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's just my thoughts right now on the show so far. Love the ground levelness to it. Love the realism that it's taking. And yeah, we'll see y'all in the next one. Clockmaster in.
Cosmic Banks.
Out.